Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Hello and welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast. It's your man D Nice here, and I'm with my guy Andy up tonight.
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
be nice. Good to be back with you, bro.
Hey, good to see you, bro. Glad for you to be on with me tonight.
Yes, sir.
We rocking. We talking about Ryan Poles and his the art of mastering the Bears salary cap and getting great deals out of great players like Jaylon Johnson and Joe Thuney.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things we can say about Ryan Poles. You know, a lot of the Chicago fan base has been on him kind of tough, and he's made some head scratching moves. You know, being a young GM and being in this city where there's so much pressure, you know, to get things correct, there's not a lot of room for error.
True.
Especially when we don't see improvement or vast improvement from the football team with the moves that's being made.
Yeah. Facts.
So, you know, a lot of people have their opinion on Ryan Poles. Me personally, you know, I'm going to stand with him because I understand he's a young guy and every GM makes mistakes. Yeah, they say, well, hey, listen, he hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler or he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that, you know.
Right.
Things like that. And these people are right with the things they're saying. But one thing we can hang our hat on when it comes down to Ryan Poles is him maximizing the players he acquires and mastering that cap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doing those two things in unison, he's been able to really do that very well, and he doesn't get enough credit for that.
I agree, bro.
So give me your opinion on Ryan Poles and the way he's handled this salary cap and maintained this cap flexibility for us.
Oh man, it goes right back into the reason why I'm not jumping on a train that and just totally gonna rag on the man about the misses. We had some egregious misses, but we also had some heck of a moves, some chess playing out there, and then one of the more underrated things that you just spoke on is the salary cap management. Jaylon is top 10 easy. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, and we took care of him. Komet, I mean, when he was, you know, last year he had a down year for the most part, but the year before that he balled, bro. So, you know, and he's a good player regardless. Like Komet can go, bro. So,
yes, indeed.
That we didn't even mention that one. That's a good deal, you know.
Yeah.
But and Thuney, bro, invaluable, Mr. Invaluable. He's top everything, all world everything, and been the heights of the game that probably nobody else will do like he did it. If you want to be real, like to be with two legends like that, and that might not ever happen again, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, and to be an integral part of it and like a whole all-world player just as well as that's different, dog. Like, I still can't believe the man on our team, bro.
Yeah. Like, if you think about it, like, over time, it's not, you know, you're very lucky to be able to play with two Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And just there is another guy that comes to mind. He was able to snap the ball for Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning.
Right, that's a good point. Good point.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even though, you know, as an offensive lineman, you can get at least 15 years out of a career. You know what I mean? And during that 15-year time, you never know what happens.
Yeah, true story.
It's a heck of a luxury when you're able to protect the all-time greats at that quarterback position. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But another thing I want to touch on when it comes down to the value that we've gotten from guys like Jaylon Johnson and Joe Thuney. And, you know, we have to talk about the acquisition, the guys that we acquired through trades or what have you. Yeah. You know, like you said, it's been some egregious misses, and one egregious miss that comes to my mind, right away, is trading that second round pick to Pittsburgh for Chase Claypool.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, we can talk about how egregious a miss it was, but there was a risk that he took, and at the time when he took it, I was not totally mad at it.
Okay.
Because Claypool had the potential
The potential.
to be a very good receiver.
Yeah, for sure. You can't deny it. That's a fact. You can't just that's a fact.
But one thing you cannot look over when you talk about acquiring certain players. You have to look at where he's coming from and why they want him gone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
You know what I mean? And that Pittsburgh situation, there were rumblings that Claypool didn't have the work ethic, and there was some other things going on between him and Tomlin, and things just was not clicking. But from an ability standpoint, me personally, I thought Chase Claypool would come in and be very good. Not that he didn't have to be Randy Moss or none of the greats, but to come in here and be very good, I thought that was a possibility. But
I thought he was gonna have something to prove to Pittsburgh, bro.
Yeah, just come in with a chip on your shoulder, whatever. Now, mind you, the quarterback situation wasn't the best, and you know what I'm saying. We can go forever talking about that, but he just didn't do things to make himself stand out, and he didn't act like, man, maybe it was his frustration with the quarterback and the offense, and he just couldn't give his best or be his best in the Bears uniform. But talk about the acquisitions of Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson, listen, former Pro Bowler. He has a rapport with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
He understands the assignment. These are things that we can't look over.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Okay, real quick, just with Jonah, of course I read the comments. With Jonah, they're saying like, yeah, I know you guys got Thuney, that was good. Dalman was good, but I don't know why you think Jonah's going to be good. And they like, be prepared to be disappointed type thing about him. Like, I'm sleep on Jonah though. I know he's a former Pro Bowler, but I don't know his resume like I know Dalman's and my boy Thuney's, but I don't know much about Jonah, but I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be transparent, man.
True that. And okay, if your offensive line is good or great, doesn't mean that every guy has to be great. It's Jonah Jackson just has to be good. He doesn't have to be great.
Yeah.
Does he necessarily have to be a Pro Bowler to make this offensive line very good or great? No. Even your greatest offensive linemen, they're not all Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So I understand, people, being a little hesitant about Jonah Jackson. But this is a guy that's coming in here and not under a whole lot of cash.
Yeah.
Like, we're not paying him like a Pro Bowler.
Right. That's true.
That's true. And Joe Thuney has seen his days with getting big money because he's longer in the tooth. You know what I mean? The contracts he get from this point on with this Bears will maybe his last one.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if we do some shit.
Yeah. So, like I said, Ryan Poe's company has done a good job of recognizing guys. And timing is so important when it comes down to guys getting paid.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that money changes every year.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point, bro.
And they mention guys like Sauce Gardner, and because he just got a big payday.
Yeah, he broke the bag to bring something.
Yeah, Sauce. The guy next year, if he's playing to a Sauce Gardner level, he's going to get probably a couple of million more than Gardner.
Yeah,
it's all about timing, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And as we learn, and we've watched, as we learn from the past, and we watched the way quarterbacks used to get paid. Every year, guys were trumping the guy that got paid the year before.
For sure.
That's just how this thing works.
It is. And it's been that way for a while. That's a good point.
Yeah, been that way for a while, but Ryan Poles has done an excellent job at kind of managing this thing to where we're not scratching our head and be like, well, damn, why we giving
Yeah.
all that money?
Yeah.
And we can go back and talk about Roquan Smith. Now, a lot of people hate that Roquan Smith is not with this team.
Yeah, they do.
But Ryan Poles did not feel like it was necessary to pay this off-ball linebacker $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So when he left, we ended up getting two for essentially the price of one.
Yeah.
Two very good ones in Edwards and Edmonds. For the price,
Spread that bread around a little.
yeah, spread the bet around, man. Be
Spread that
efficient,
bread
man.
around. Go let them birds eat. No,
Yeah, man. Efficiency matters more than on the field, man. If you can be efficient with the cash, man,
Yeah, true
you're
story.
cold piece, dog.
True story. And he
You know
again,
what
he
I'm
not gonna
saying?
get his flowers for that, man. I appreciate today's show because
Yeah, most
Poles need to
definitely.
get his flowers, man. Because Jaylon could have went somewhere and made even more money, bro. People know what Jaylon Johnson is in the league, bro. Everybody know.
Yeah.
If you
And
watch
then
football, you know who Jaylon Johnson is, bro.
absolutely. And then, the only knock that anyone can give Jaylon Johnson is that he hasn't won enough and he hasn't got enough interceptions. All of that is understandable. But in the game of football, it takes one side of the ball, well, both sides of the ball to do their job.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we haven't yet got there.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
The
We're not
missing
there.
component.
Yeah, we just not there yet, but I think we're a lot closer to being there than we have been in a
Yeah.
long time,
Yeah, in a
right?
long time, bro. In a
Yeah.
very long time.
And okay, we see Trey, the guard from the Chiefs that we were all high on and looking for the Bears to spend that bread on because we were going to end up having to pay him close to $100 million to come here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
He just signed a deal for 90 plus $1 million. That could have been us. Now, if we signed him, there's some other pieces we probably wouldn't have been able to attain.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So that was good recognition from the Bears. And on top of the fact that, the Chiefs did their best to guard him from going anywhere or looking
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Bears were on that, and I think it was by the grace of God that we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, some people may look at that and think and take that statement I made and look at it as me being cheap or looking at the Bears as cheapskates. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
but
that's the lazy take, but I'm listening.
There's a difference between being cheap and being frugal, man. Like
Or being
cheap,
practical, bro. Let's just say practical. How about that?
Like, come on, man.
He's not gonna get credit for it, bro. We gave him his credit for it today, bro.
Absolutely. And it doesn't take $100 million. $100 million lineman is not going to make your line great. It's just not. And based off of the way he and Thuney played in the Super Bowl, it wasn't really a good look, to be honest with you. Both of those guys had bad games. And now I understand why Thuney had a bad game.
Yeah, he was out of position, right?
Yeah, playing left tackle, man. And I hope it never comes to that with us here.
Yeah,
I hope it never comes to that.
He made his stew. He made his stew playing playing left guard, right?
Yeah.
Heck, nah, man, let that man cook.
Yeah, that Super Bowl game was bad on everybody.
Yeah, it was, man. Even if Thuney had the best game of his life, it still wasn't.
He couldn't hold everybody, man. He couldn't block everybody. But so yeah, man. Listen, when you're in a position like Ryan Poles and all those guys up top and making decisions as far as player acquiring players and signing guys on the free agent market, there's a lot of room for error, man. Mistakes can be made, and you gotta think about it. Poles came. I feel like the Bears are in a lot better situation. Now the record doesn't say that, but I think the Bears are in a lot better situation than they were before he got the job.
From top to bottom, bro.
Yeah. Now, is that saying much? Absolutely, but it's saying something.
If you, which I know we're fans of the guys, But if you could just be totally unbiased, but sit and watch every game that we watch, I watch every game. If you can watch every game, be totally unbiased. You're not a Bears fan at all, and check out the way we lost and stuff. And you're a football fan with a little bit of knowledge, and not just somebody trying to throw stones at our franchise. You will understand that we weren't far away. We don't be tripping. People like to act like we delusional about it, but we watched every single game. You just watched when we played your team, bro. You know what I'm saying? You watched us. Okay, if you're in our division, you watch us twice a year. Or maybe one time on Monday night we got smoked or something. But anywho, we watch all the ins and outs. We see the ebbs and flows of the game, bro. And if you could be unbiased and sit back, you would know the Bears could have really been a good, bad team last year. Before we lost to the dang on Commanders, we was all right. We was up and down, but we were still winning though. Even though we were doing crazy stuff, up and down. Boom, got to the Commanders, lost that, and then the wheels came off. But bro, we was really on something last year, even with that bad coaching staff and everything. I don't care what, and a rookie quarterback and a bad O-line. Like, come on, bro. I know you know all this, but if again, just sit back and watch the games. Watch every single game. Don't do what Stephen A and them do. Look at clips and stuff and get their little notes. Watch the games if you want to talk about, because I want to know more about these guys. We watch them, bro. But anyway, I had to get that one off, bro.
Hey, bro, you got it off, and for you know what I'm saying, and good. I'm glad you did. But you know, listen, the emotions of Bears fans run deep, bro. You know, they don't. I mean, most of us are not going to see the logic, you know, until later.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They got to see results, man. They got to see results.
Being a Bears fan is tough, man. It's tough.
It is.
It's a tough
very
job,
much so.
and we have a lot of guys on the Bears train. You got a lot of traumatic guys have been traumatized, you know, by the Bears or whatever.
True story.
So logic is not that type of logic makes sense now.
Yeah.
But it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But listen, winning cures all, man, and I think we're on. I do believe that we're on the track of winning. Training camp is gonna tell a story, bro.
I agree.
And it's not all because of the players. You know, hopefully the guys that we have that makes the team, that makes the all 53.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully these guys are healthy. That's what I hope. That's the number one thing I pray for when it comes down to our club. And I hope that the coaching staff is who we all think and hope they are.
True story.
You know, we're not going to really notice if the Bears have changed or turned over a new leaf until training camp starts, bro. You know, this is where you weed out the good and the bad, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got to make sure, regardless of who's getting paid what and who got drafted where and who's contract up and all that stuff right there. Listen, all of that is out the window.
For
the guys that's playing the best and showing that they understand what the hell is going on is the guys that I want on this team. These are the guys that I want starting. You know, listen. All right, we understand that we got some guys with some pre-existing things going on.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about guys, you know, that's getting paid more than a guy coming off of, you know what I'm saying, off the street or whatever.
Yeah.
If that guy off the street is coming in and putting major work in, you have to reward that guy.
I agree. Yeah,
you know, we throwing all draft, where you drafted at and how much you signed for, all that shit's out the window from training camp, bro. And the coaches have to identify who these guys are, and they have to reward these guys.
Yeah.
If that's not happening in training camp, if it's not happening through the course of the exhibition season, the Bears ain't changed, and we're not going to see the results we're looking for. And that's just bottom line. But if we see the coaches and, you know, the people in charge of making moves and whatever, we see these guys doing what they're supposed to do when it comes down to guys on the field, then we going to have something. Like I said.
Yeah, we got you're right, man. And we're going to be able to tell very fast, too. So
yeah, like, hopefully Ben Johnson is as advertised, bro.
Right, there we go.
Because if he's not, we're in trouble. And we're gonna start hearing stuff like the Bears are cursed and all this old other
Oh yeah,
crap.
for sure. It's coming. It's
It's
coming, bro.
coming
They
if
waiting on. They
Ben
waiting on the.
if
They
Ben is not
waiting
as
patiently.
advertised, bro. Now I'm trying to keep things cool. The quarterback and the coaching staff, I have supreme confidence that
Yeah,
things are going to get right on that end. Even with the offensive line gelling and things, I have a lot of confidence in what's about to happen with our
yeah,
team.
yeah.
But the minute I hear some stuff that I've heard from past coaching regimes, man,
Yeah, nah, you're right. I don't got no time for it, bro. I feel like we actually did it the right way this time as far as how we constructed our new look team. We retooled, but we still got a lot of pieces who've been out there kind of like really going crazy for the Bears, but just haven't been on the winning team. And I like Jaylon, I want it so bad for bro. For Komet. These guys been around longer, but for the whole team. But of course, those guys, they really been in the haven't been on nothing, been playing great individually, but can't get nothing done team success wise. And bro, I want it for like Jaylon really bad,
and
man.
see,
That'll take his stardom to another level too. I want that for bro.
and
Not just trying.
you made an excellent point, bro, and you're 100% right. And because of what you said, these guys are not getting the national publicity like they deserve. Because listen, my definition of greatness is how your individual play has an effect on everyone else that you're
For sure.
playing with.
Absolutely, bro.
You
Absolutely.
know, that's greatness for me. You could tell me about a guy like in basketball. You could tell me about a guy averaging 30 and 12, but
Mm-hmm.
if his team only won 25 games, you're not saying that's not saying nothing to me.
Mm.
You know, he's just the best player on a terrible team.
Hey man, talk to him, man.
So,
Talk
you
to
know,
him.
like, and when it comes down to this football, like, listen, Caleb can throw for 4,000 yards. And even though football is a different dynamic,
Yeah,
you know, it truly, I think football is the total team sport
yeah,
because it truly takes all 22 and special teams to get you to where you need to be.
yeah.
But having great stats and losing, you're not going to get the national praise that you deserve. You may get a lot of props from your peers and the guys that you line up against on
Right,
a
for
week to
sure. They
week
know.
basis.
They
But
know.
to get to this national thing, like making the top 100s and all that stuff and being recognized as the top 10 at your particular position,
Mm-hmm.
like your peers, they're going to show you love.
Right,
But
for
to
sure.
get that love from the outside of your city or town and outside of your peers to get that
Mm-hmm.
national love, you got to win games, man.
For sure, bro. Absolutely, I agree, man. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, so you know, you think it's gonna be any more moves, you know, before the start of the regular season from Poles and Company?
You know what? I do because these guys don't go to sleep ever, and so
Yeah.
they minds. I know they cooking and doing all type of crazy stuff. So I do. I expect it to be maybe a couple more. I wouldn't be surprised. I like the aggression. It's like, man, bro. From what I'm hearing and seeing, bro, it's like, man, dude ain't missed a beat, and hopefully that's the case. So yeah, I like it, and I do think we're gonna see some more moves to answer your question though, because these guys are playing like they playing like they trying to win immediately, bro.
Yeah, and during this time, man, you got guys, good guys that's on the street. You got guys that's kind of like in limbo with their respective ball clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna have like, listen, training camp becomes the cut season, bro. We understand how that works. It may be some big names that get let go
Facts, bro. It
and,
happens.
and at positions that we need to address. So you
Yeah.
just never know, man. And I'm with you, man. It could be because, like you said, these guys are always on task, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be a time where, you know, we'll wake up one morning and the Bears and sign a good player in a position of need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, went on did something to make us proud, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, how you feeling good about the rest of your day?
You know what I'm talking about, bro. You know, I don't gotta explain it. You know.
Yeah, man. So listen, there was a thing about Pose and his extension.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, listen, like I said earlier, man, a lot of guys don't rock with Ryan like that,
Yeah, true.
because he hasn't produced what they have expected and what they could be looking for out of our players. But when do we hold the player accountable? Okay, these guys spend a large time of their
Hmm.
year scouting, doing research on different players, and
Yeah.
this is before they get into our building,
Yeah.
right? And these players go out here and they show a particular trait on film.
Mm-hmm.
What they showing on film looks like something that we can use, that we need. So
Yeah.
when that particular player is signed or drafted,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes in here and doesn't live up until what he's shown on film or the expectation that we have,
Mm-hmm.
is it really the guy that signed on fault?
Hey man, I appreciate that question. And no is the answer. No, it's
Now,
not.
it's one thing if the guys up top and the guys in charge of scouting and doing all this research on these players, if they're not taking the deepest dive that's necessary to get a full understanding of the guys that they bringing in. If they're not doing it, then okay, yeah, we can blame them.
Yeah, true.
But the player makes a promise, bro.
Right.
Not verbally, but he makes a promise on, on his film.
Yeah, you're right.
The player,
Yeah.
regardless of what round he's picked, okay, you don't have a lot of expectation for guys that's picked fourth and under. But
Most.
listen,
Yeah.
I think every round matters
I do too. I
because
do
there's
too.
been great players being picked in every round through
Yeah,
the
that's a
history of the
fact.
league.
That's a
Now,
fact.
is it often that you get a seventh rounder that becomes a Hall of Famer or a undrafted guy that becomes a Hall of Famer? No, but
Right.
it does happen.
Yeah, it does.
So a lot of the things that we put on Ryan Poles, man, when do we lay into the player?
Yeah, that's actually a great question, bro. I think real quick, the players, you got star players, you got mid-level players and all and so on and so forth. But my thing is you can't teach effort. Like some of these
Yeah,
guys could be so much better if their effort was better. You know
I'm
what I
glad
mean?
you mentioned that.
You know what I mean? So if you sometimes I might want the guy who gives more effort than the guy with the highest vertical or the fastest 40 or whatever. But
Hmm.
I think that's when good scouting and good coaching in general, good organizational stuff comes in. So like just how we attack the line, that's how you know it's a different organization because we never just went out there and just did that like that, bro. How we attack
Yeah.
the O line, like yeah, like okay, somebody know what they're doing. Oh, and then I'm start looking at the coaches we hire. I'm like, oh, a bunch of people in there know what they're doing now, bro.
Hmm.
Like it just made a lot of sense. So that's my spiel, man. So the players, show some effort, man. You got all the skills in the world, bro, but sometimes these guys just lack effort out there and all that, bro. Go hard, like you were the last pick ever, everybody, and then we have a better product out there. I think so. I
For
think we're doing
sure.
a good job of getting those type of guys. That's it.
For sure. And it's not like Ryan Poles is doing this all by himself.
True story.
There's guys all through Hallis Hall, man, that has responsibility of recommending players that Poles doesn't see, or talking highly about a guy coming out of Texas A&T somewhere,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or these smaller schools that, they've shown the ability to be able to do what's required to be a Chicago Bear.
For sure.
So his job, he's hired these guys, or he trusts these guys. He has to
Yeah.
trust these guys to a degree because he can't be everywhere.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So
Sure.
it's so many factors in getting this thing right. But no one hardly ever. It has to be a very egregious situation before people start pointing at the player,
Yeah.
like Nate Davis. Okay,
Oh.
Nate Davis, and all of what I said was kind of like a segue to this Nate Davis thing. Nate Davis has shown himself to be a very good guard in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But what Ryan Poles chose to look past because he thought, hey, maybe a change of scenery would, you know what I'm saying, would get this guy where he needs to be. Okay. But it was tons of rumblings coming from very, very
Credible sources.
man. Okay. Listen, if a guy like Mike
Wow.
Vrabel is out on you, bro, maybe we don't need to touch you.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
You know, but this still in all, man. Listen, conflict happens between players and coaches all the time.
Yeah, it's football,
But
it's
you
sports.
have to find out the underlying reason for the conflict, bro.
Right.
You got to find out where the disconnect is, man.
Yeah, for
Before
sure.
you just think a change of
Woo.
scene, before you think you can change the stripes on this zebra, bro.
That man came out here collecting them fat checks, kicking it all around. I see, man, all everywhere. He would love the city. He just did not want to play for them.
Now, mind you, he did have a tragic situation,
True story. He did.
and maybe that knocked the air out of him,
Yeah,
bro.
not true. I forgot about that. No,
But,
let me chill. I'm not laughing
but,
at it. I forgot about that.
but, Andy up, check it out. If that's the case, bro, stay away till you get yourself together, man.
Yeah.
The franchise had like this era of sports period has the mental health game on smash, bro. They are they're so far ahead of where it used to be when it comes down to mental health, bro.
Yeah, nah, for real.
And Nate Davis could have taken advantage of that and just stayed away, bro, until you get yourself together. And if you feel like you couldn't come to grips and be what you need to be, man, just stay home, bro.
Yeah, stay home. That's what he needed to do, bro. Just go ahead and stay. Yeah,
Stay home.
that's what he needed to do, bro.
Go up to
Stay
the
at
front office, man, and figure out so they can figure out a buyout situation for you, bro.
yeah, for
So
sure.
you can find yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not saying that I'm being insensitive about
No,
what
I
he's
hear you.
going through, but this is real spill, dog.
It
Like
is, bro. It's
you
bigger than
got
football.
all these resources for mental health, bro. You can go see about that.
Right.
You know? But maybe he just felt like football was gonna be his
Get away.
get
Maybe.
away from everything, but he just
Yeah.
didn't.
It was taking too much for him to get up and want to do that, bro. That's why he should have just went on here. But you know
Should
what
have
though?
just went on,
The
man.
coaching regime too, though. We know this. I mean, this just being redundant at this point, but that type of coaching regime that we just came from, like they didn't demand certain shit from a lot of our players, bro. Like we know
Yep.
that, you know.
But
You don't
see,
got,
that's what I'm talking
you
about
know.
with training camp, bro. How these practices are handled, this year
Yeah.
is gonna tell a story, bro. Because they weren't handled properly, man. They haven't
Right.
been
At
handled
all.
properly.
At all.
You
That's
know,
that's just a fact, bro.
yeah, but not to just call him out, but
Yeah.
he was just a listen. That was an easy one, bro. That was a layup,
Man, that was
right?
$30. We could have bought that 30 million up and do it out the freeway, do the roof.
Yeah, that was an easy one. So when you when you make good moves, but they don't really produce right away, no one says anything. But when you make bad moves,
Yeah.
they're gonna forever stick that to you.
Yeah.
Like it'll take something phenomenal to happen for them to forgive you for that. Like
for sure.
he hasn't been forgiven for Chase Claypool.
No.
He hasn't been forgiven for Nate Davis.
Mm-mm.
And some people still hold a grudge because he let Roquan walk.
Yeah, for sure. That's common. I think they might. I seen a couple new people in the comments talking about we stupid for letting Keenan Allen go.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. See, now that type of stuff, man, you can't win, bro. Like the only way, Luther Burden come out here week 1 and drop a pass, bro. They Keenan would have caught that.
You ain't lying, bro.
You
Holy
know,
smokes,
that's why we should have kept Keenan Allen.
Whew, man, I'm like, I just know. I gotta pick. I pick my battles, bro. I promise I do.
You have to, bro. Come on, man. Like, we have to be listening. It takes a certain level of intelligence to understand why Keenan Allen is not. Did I want Keenan to come back? Absolutely.
Yeah, I like Keenan.
But hey, man, Keenan, come on, man. You on your way out, man. You're gonna have to come down on the number a little bit, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're not gonna come down on the number, man, hell, ain't nobody else signing. Ain't nobody else signing.
That's a good point.
So how wrong is he?
That's what I'm saying. They just be ready to pile on when he down, kick him while he down, or while he's seemingly down. Yeah, chill out, man. Sit back and watch the show, man. Get ready to jump on this bandwagon. Go get your knees all scraped up from dragging because the bandwagon gonna be going fast. And you're gonna be lagging behind and trying to catch on at the last minute. You're gonna scrape your knees up, man.
Yeah, like he's getting them. Oh, we could have traded Justin for a first round, man. Come on, man.
Bro, come on. This is the NFL real life. This is not Madden.
Come on, man.
This is not Madden, my boy.
Come on, man.
Madden wouldn't even take that trade.
Come on, man.
I think Justin is gonna have a good year though, bro. Real quick. We ain't even got to talk about that. I think Justin gonna have a good year. For him. But for what Justin do, he gonna have a good year, bro. Yeah, watch.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to say. Listen, for him, and because you said it, I hope you right. But I ain't
I appreciate you.
I ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Okay, I don't. For sure. I respect that, brother.
But it's just, Pose ain't doing. He could have got whatever,
Yeah.
Like
it's Madden.
There's a certain level of decency, bro, that comes with doing this job, man.
Yeah.
What he did for Justin is put him in a position where he could be successful somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
And he did.
Okay, we got a 6th rounder for him or whatever that was.
Right.
I've removed myself so much from it. I really
I feel you, bro.
But all right, but to sit up here and talk about he could have got a first round for Justin, man.
No.
Come on, man.
Wasn't happening.
That's like with the Bulls, these quote unquote insiders saying, "Oh, we could have got a first round pick for Lonzo Ball." Come on, man. How?
Yeah.
That man got bad. He got 2 bad knees.
Right.
Who's giving up a first rounder for him, man? A guy that's not gonna be in your lineup consistently.
No, not.
But
I ain't even hear that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah,
but these are the things that we hear.
For sure, it gets a little ridiculous, y'all.
It gets a lot ridiculous, bro. Sometimes trying to be informed on the moves, and you gotta be careful where you get your information from.
Yeah, that's true.
You listen to, bro.
That's true.
Not saying that we here at Chicago Sports Podcast are know-it-alls and know everything, but we're not going to be irresponsible on this.
Nah, that's a fact. I agree. I stand behind.
That's not what we're going to do. You can say a whole lot of other things, but we're not going to get to the point where we're just talking reckless on here about craziness, right?
Nah.
But yeah, man. Moving on, man. Training camp's on the way.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. I think the rookies report on the 19th.
Oh, yeah.
I think
no,
so,
you're
yeah.
right. No, you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, and I think the other guys, everybody fall in on the 25th, and we're going to get the rocking. So, man. But, and I know people going, because at the end of the season, people were calling for Ryan Pose ahead, man.
Yeah, and even before that.
And I was accused by a couple of our wonderful colleagues on this beautiful platform that I was being a Ryan Pose enabler, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cause listen, I was rocking with Pose, man. Like, for real. I didn't want to see him fired because what you doing, man, is we're not doing nothing but running in place for that because all right, we're gonna bring a new guy in and just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And in the position that this team was in before he got here,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a hell of a lot of work to get us to some
Period.
type of respectability. And doing in that journey of getting us to respectability, this is not even going to a point where we're a winning franchise again.
Right. Just
This is just
respectability.
respectability, bro. It's gonna be misses, bro. It's
Yeah.
gonna be some hits. It's gonna be some
Yeah.
misses. It's gonna be. Listen, we're on the way up, bro,
For
and
sure.
it's not an easy thing.
Mm-mm,
So
it's not.
I asked all the fans out here to kind of like, hey man, show the man some grace. I think you
Yeah.
guys heard me say this before.
I agree.
I have to show him some grace because he doesn't have an easy job.
Nah.
As you can see, the what they call it, um,
What?
his position is a rotating is a rotating chair. That office is a rotating office because it's been getting guys in and out of there for the last 15
Yeah. Nah,
years.
absolutely,
You
bro.
see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this is not like a lot of organizations make it look easy,
True.
but it's not an easy job, man.
Mm-mm. Not at all, guys. So like that, hey man, you hitting the nail on the head, man. And I just gotta back that up with like now I guarantee you he's done more good than bad. I guarantee you that. That's my thing. I wait in life, I go pros and cons. If you can say 8 bad things he's done, I guarantee you can say at least 9 good things he's done since he been.
Yeah,
I'm just random numbers, y'all, not whatever. If he
yeah,
did 8 terrible things, he did more good than bad. That's what I'm saying. He had some misses. Like you say, it happens. It's football. Give the man some grace. I like him. I know everybody wants you want to just keep revolving the door. You just love the freaking revolving door. I don't want to keep getting new GM, new coach, new quarterback every year, bro. Like that's like a video game. Seriously, I know I keep saying it because Madden does come out in a month. I'm counting the days down, but I just seriously think we just need to have some stability, and the best way to do that is go get the best. And I feel like we did that at most of the positions on the coaching staff, if not all of them, the
mhm.
majority of them. And then we did it with a lot of different players and personnel. So man, bro,
Absolutely.
let's yeah, I got confidence, and I don't care if it is blind. I'm going in here first. I'm gonna go get me a Jim Belushi hat, man, with the little beer joint on the side. You put like this, bro.
Straight up.
It's up, bro. I cannot wait for football.
Straight up. Hey man, with that, bro, you got any shout outs to pleasantries, man, before we
Man, of course,
give
real quick.
time?
You know I can't just leave without saying something, man. Shout out to D Nice, man. It's been a minute since me and my dog tapped in, man. I really was
Through
a
that.
student today, man. He schooled me today, and he was told me about some things I didn't even know about. That's why I love being on here with these guys. Shout out to CSP, of course, Chicago Sports Podcast. Subscribe, comment, like, show us some love. And y'all, you just take it easy, man. We got some camp about to start. The season will be here soon. It's time to root, go crazy. I think it's gonna be a special year for us, and only if you're a Bears fan will you know how it feels. So, with that, boom, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week.
Yes, indeed. Listen, peace up, bear down. Shout out to everyone that's rock with us for this 45 minutes or so. Wherever you watching from, Twitter, Facebook, whatever city or town, state that you looking at us from. Listen, we appreciate you rocking with us. Shout out to you, Annie up, man. It's always a treat. It's always a treat when
Always,
players meet, baby.
always a treat when
So
peas meet, man. Appreciate y'all.
it's we listen. It's a whole lot of appreciation going out to you guys. We listen. We're Bears fans that have perspective of our team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We all have an outlook, and we all want this team to be successful.
for sure.
So listen. But good or bad, I'm rocking.
I'm rocking, and I
You know,
have been, and that's all I got. I'm 100%. Rocking. I've rocked 100% since I've been on this earth, so I don't got no choice over
yeah,
there.
we done been down this long. We done seen some
Yep.
dark times. Let's not
Yeah.
get let's not get crazy when we on the way up, ladies and gentlemen.
True story. True story. I
Because
agree, brother.
I truly believe we are on the way up.
Yeah.
I listen.
Mm.
The smell of the grass It's getting stronger.
For sure.
You know, those vans and shuttles and these foreign cars gonna be pulling up pretty soon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be time to separate the men from the boys.
For real, man. Let's make history, man. Make
Man,
history is the motto this year, baby.
listen, shock the world, baby. Let's take
Shock
it
the
back to
world.
that. Let's take
Shock
it
the
back to
world.
that.
Shock the world.
Let's shock the world because, you know,
Get
looking
it.
at the schedule, man, it's a lot of people looking down on it like, oh, man, we got a tough schedule, this, that, and the third. But think about this time last year, and I know we're going to get out of here, but I just want to bring
Yeah,
this
I'm
up.
right here.
Think about this time last year. Everyone looked at that schedule last year and said, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to be this, and we're going to be that. And as sweet as that schedule looked at that time, we still ended up
Winning 5.
5-12. Coaches fired, players going elsewhere, uh, players having these opinions on the coaching staff, just a whole bunch of turmoil and controversy. And we looked at that schedule before all of this and said, we're going to be in the playoffs. We're gonna have a great team. Oh, Caleb's gonna come in and throw for 5,500 yards and 40 touchdowns, and our defense is gonna be
Chill
top this and
out, dude.
top that. You know, we looked at the schedule and said that, bro. So I asked every listen, there's a reason. The schedule is just to let you know who you up against.
Yeah, for sure.
But there is truly a reason why every game has to be played.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want people to get worked up about scheduling.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to take it one game at a time, starting with Minnesota on Monday night. And we're going to show what we made of, bro.
Yeah.
And that's all. We got 17 or 18 chances to show the league who we are.
Right. Yeah, no, you're
Oh,
right, man.
listen, bro.
Talk to him, man.
All we want is a chance, baby. That's all we want. We want an opportunity to get on the national stages and get busy.
Show out, straight up.
Straight up and down. And there is no excuses. We're not using no excuses.
Nope.
And we ain't taking none.
Right, absolutely, bro.
All right. So listen, shout out to the Bears fans. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Tracks. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to the Chicago Sports Podcast family. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Come on in and be a part of this thing, this special thing of ours. Please come in and be a part of it. You know, we would love for you guys to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
You know, this is a big chain we have here at the Chicago Sports Podcast, and we're only as good as the weakest link, baby.
For sure.
So, you know, we gotta pick each one up, each of us up. And if you're new here, you help with, you know what I'm saying, you assist in this thing, and we're gonna get the Bears on the right track.
For sure. Absolutely.
I'm sure of that.
Yes, sir.
So, shout out to Bishop.
Bishop.
Much love to you, brothers, and much love to everybody in checking us out, man.
Yes, sir.
Peace up and bear down.
Bear down.